I love that music, folks.
I like that music, too.
It is time for Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray, and I'm joined this morning, as always,
with the very sleepy Peggy Burton. Good morning.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
Are you sleepy, Jim?
No, not really. No.
How are you?
I'm fine. You
That's
said
great.
you had frogs in your swimming pool.
I am in the frog business. I am paying a fortune to keep frogs alive. No, honestly, every morning, 15, 30, sometimes 100.
Really?
Up on, yes, the skimmer is full, and then they're all little teeny ones are clinging to the tube that goes with the robot.
What do you do about that?
Well, you dip them out and throw them out over in the field.
So those rains we had were absolute frog stranglers.
They were
Yeah.
frog stranglers. That's right.
Brought the frogs up out of the creek to Peggy's house.
I would have thought by now they'd quit coming, but this morning I had the same routine. Anyway, it's okay. I love frogs.
I've got one that sometimes I'll sit out on the porch when I get home at night, and there's one that comes
One
to
frog?
Yeah.
Kiss him, see what happens.
Yeah, well, I've been thinking about picking him up, but it seems like I read somewhere where you can get salmonella from frogs
Probably.
if you handle them.
And then
you
they
know,
used to
but
say you get warts from frogs. Do you remember that
Yeah.
story?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Well, I don't either. I'm not even sure how you get warts.
So you lost your crows and now you've got frogs. Now you got
Well, this is in a different place. This is my house. I lost the crows at the office though after about 5 years.
And they're gone, huh?
Well, some cat came over there, some feral cat, and apparently raided their nest, and they decided
And so they're gone.
They didn't like
left.
that.
They didn't like that, so they left.
I have been watching baby birds for about 2 weeks. I don't know how long it takes for them to fly, but their mother just back and forth, and now you can see 4 little heads peeping out, and I expect they'll fly at any time. So I may want to run home and see if they've flown. They are sweet, though.
Oh yeah. We have a lot going on this week around here. We always have a lot going on. You know, it's 4th of July. Of course,
Except last weekend it rained for 4 days, and we had nothing going on.
And it rained, and it rained,
And I mean, it
rained.
totally rained out the fireworks, didn't it?
Rained
Yes.
out everything.
Like, just
Yeah, rained out
everything
fireworks
out.
everywhere, except at my daughter's house.
You had fireworks?
No, but if you recall, it must have been a week before last. We had Chief Blackwell on the show, and he told us about here's when you can use fireworks. These are the hours.
Yeah.
And it's been on Facebook, and it's been in the paper, and
Is it
Been on our
everywhere?
bulletin
and
board.
actually they were at my house, I think on the 4th of July, and I said they were shooting off fireworks, and I reminded them when those hours were.
Yeah.
And
Did they pay any attention to you?
no, Sunday night about 9 o'clock, they're over there shooting off fireworks. And it wasn't just them, it was with some neighbors, and the neighbor really should have known better because he's kind of in law enforcement.
Kinda.
But
How are you kind of in law enforcement?
well, I don't want to call his name, but he has something to do with it. But
The chief's sitting over here. We can't do that.
But you know, they're over there shooting off fireworks. What, you know, a day after the time it expired, so so the police had to come by and say,
Well, I can't
"You
tell
guys
it.
can't do this."
I can't-
Terrified my middle
Well, sure,
granddaughter.
yeah.
The older one thought it was funny, but
Well, I can't tell at my house if somebody's shooting bullets or if they're doing fireworks.
that's true because you live in the country.
Yeah, I live in the
They
country
can
and,
discharge firearms out there, can't they?
Well, there is a firing range, I think, down the hill from me, and sometimes I think they are doing fireworks, but they get loud.
Well, and that's something I was going to ask Chief. I meant to ask him this morning, forgot about it. If you've got from Thursday to Sunday to shoot off fireworks, and it rains straight down for those 4 days, and you've already bought those fireworks, and you can't shoot them off, what are you supposed to do with them?
Well, they'll still be good next year, won't they?
I mean, but do they get a rain day for shooting them?
I wondered, how does Qantas store all those?
They have
They got to be dry.
They have a
don't
building. Yeah, they have a building where they keep
they'll-
all of their, because they've been doing this for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
But have they ever just totally?
Oh,
not
I'm
done
sure. I'm sure.
Okay.
I don't remember, but I'm sure. But they've got a building where, because they have these forms and all of these different holders and everything
Yeah.
that they use for that
Well,
they
they have
store
a
in a building. So I would imagine there's probably space in that building.
Yeah,
for
and I think
storage.
now the Kiwanis Club has got some professional people that actually fire those things, don't they?
I think they have to. I think you have to be professional.
I am really glad they did that, because there was a time when Bob Payne actually fired that stuff off. That works.
Blow up Bob.
Blow up Bob. Yeah. I mean, and we call him Blow Up Bob because of some of the stuff he's blown up here. When you can only imagine what he would be like. With gunpowder or whatever it is they put in those things.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember we were doing a telethon over at the American Legion, the Big Brothers telethon one night.
It was live. Yeah.
Telethon, about a 6-hour deal, and right in the middle of it, we just go off the air, and there's Bob holding 2 sparking cords.
Oh my God!
He did it again.
He did it again.
Yeah, and we had
fire to the building.
We had to decide. Do we plug this back in and ignore all the smoke, or do we call the fire department? What do we do here?
This would be a good time to pay tribute to our fire department and our police force, because recently all those firemen that were killed, it's tragic.
Yes, it is.
Tragic. They put their lives on the line anytime, and they're to be commended.
That was in Arizona.
I think so. Wasn't that Arizona?
Yeah, we, and I've said in the past, it took 9/11 for most of us in this country to really understand what our first responders do. Prior to that, I don't think they ever got quite the
honor they deserve.
Honor and accolades
I
that they
agree.
deserve. But after 9/11, it became pretty obvious that what those people put on the line every day,
Every day.
without asking a question.
always
when the
prepared.
bell rings,
They're gone.
they're ready to go to battle.
I heard somebody talk
they still
about
go.
that, and if if the rest of us are running away from those kinds of situations, and the police and firemen are going, they're going too.
That's their job.
And sometimes they don't come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, I've heard people say, well, they sit over there at that fire hall, or they sit around that police department, or I see them parked talking under a shade tree or something. Yeah, so be it, because when the bullets start flying and
They're
the flames
gone.
start
That's right.
jumping,
They're there.
they're the ones that have to go right in the middle
Actually,
of it.
and I'm going to say that I don't think they sit around the police department
I don't
anymore.
either.
No.
That's all changed now.
There's not a lot of sitting.
Yeah.
No, and I mean there's a lot of training, but there's a lot of time that it's sort of like not knowing when you're going to play Wimbledon. You need to be in shape and rested and prepared every minute of every day,
at all times.
because you never
Exactly.
know when you're going to be walking into the biggest match of your life.
No, sure.
It could be at an instant's notice,
And I wonder
and that's tough.
if it's hard to get people to volunteer to do those jobs. We'll have to ask our police chief.
I think the statute of limitations has run out on this now. It's probably been 40 years, but yeah. You remember when I used to work at the steeplechase, which was the Commodore, and I worked from 11 at night till 7 in the morning. We had 2 police officers on duty at night, and there was hardly anything, if anything, other than us that were up that time of the night, because you didn't have a lot of places that were open 24/7.
At that point, almost nothing.
Yeah, and we didn't have much crime until home with us at that point. So the 2 police officers who were on duty, they'd come down there and they'd hang out with me, and we'd play cards and whatever,
Yeah.
Pass the time in the
Like
middle
Barney
of the night.
Fife?
But finally, somebody figured out we were doing that, and they told me this. I guess it's true, but that there was somebody breaking in places, and they caught him. But he had figured out that if he drove by the Commodore down there, and if the police were there, he had time to
go rob something.
Yeah, but that's changed now. Everybody's got specific duties now. That doesn't happen anymore.
Long ago changed.
Right.
Peggy Burton.
Yeah.
Singing and dancing, fun-loving Peggy Burton. Peggy Burton, good golly, Miss Molly Peggy Burton.
Where are we going with
Where are
this?
we going? We're going to go to the ice
I
cream
forgot.
social.
Thursday night.
This Thursday
week,
night.
This Thursday night.
It's hot.
We hope we'll be outside. But if we're not, we'll be inside.
But it's hot.
It is
and it's
hot,
muggy.
and it's a good
and
time for
a
ice
good
cream.
time for ice cream.
And
You
it's good
scream ice cream. We all scream
and the
for ice
toppings,
cream.
all kinds of toppings
Purity,
for the ice
isn't it?
cream. It's Purity Dairy.
Purity
and we
ice
appreciate
cream.
them doing that.
They
We
do
start
that.
at
They do that
7:30.
every year, don't
Tickets
they?
are cheap, inexpensive. Cheap is, I don't like that word. $10 for adults, $5 for kids under
Children,
12.
all ice cream you want to eat.
And maybe,
Dancing.
I don't know if it's all you want to eat, because I could eat a gallon myself,
well,
couldn't you?
depends on it, how many times you go back. They're not going to slap you in the hand and say you've already been here once.
Okay. Anyway,
Never have.
we hope we'll have a good turnout for that.
I do too. I do too.
Half of the money goes to the Civic Center, half goes to the band, which can use it, by the way. Anyway, we hope you'll come out and join
Yeah.
us for the ice cream. Bring a chair. If we're outside, you need a lawn chair. Bring your supper. Bring your drinks. I don't care.
Bring your children.
Oh, yes,
bring
absolutely.
Mom and them.
There's a big thing for the children going on. Annie Roney over at Fine Arts Center is doing
Scoop and Loop?
Scoop and Loop, and I don't have a handle on it, but it has something to do with making loops
And eating ice cream.
and eating ice cream. So that'll be fun.
Sounds like a deal to me.
I'm so proud of her. She's done some great work over there at the Fine Arts
doing
Center.
a good job. Speaking about the Fine Arts Center, a little bit later on the show this weekend is going to be an opening, and our monthly opening this time is with Jim House and Meg Garrett.
Oh, what a talent.
And Jim's going to be on the show a little bit later on with some of his work and talk about a little bit about the history of Jim House, because he's been a painter.
He has.
He's been an artist around this town forever. Long as I can remember, Jim's always
And I
done
think
drawing and painting.
I have one of those pieces that the Chamber of Commerce gives for the parade person, and I have one of his. It's great. It has a lot of the artifact. I mean, a lot of the buildings in Tullahoma.
Churches and houses and the
I'm
historic.
real proud of that.
Oh yeah. Jim's a great guy and has done a lot of plays. There's no telling how many backdrops
Oh, I know.
that he's painted of the
wonderful.
Wild West or a city or whatever on the canvases or on the back wall. When they need to be in Paris, Jim can put them in Paris.
Right.
That's right.
And the thing about it is he does that stuff in very, very short order.
I know, it amazes
Very
me.
talented.
I've never quite understood
Very talented.
how they do that.
So that and
Anyway.
other things we've got coming up, folks, on today's show. So don't you go away. We will be back in just a moment after these commercial messages. And remember, when you're out in the neighborhood roaming around and you pass by one of our sponsors' locations, please go in and tell them thank you, because without them we wouldn't be here. We are a real business paying taxes, and we need their money to get in front of you. So when you're in there, buy something. That'll even make it better. We'll be right back.
What is Rotary? We're a network of people like you. In fact, we're the original social network. More than 1 million of us live just about everywhere you can think of. And we mean everywhere. We get together to exchange ideas, grow our businesses, and make new friends. We volunteer to help our own communities or someone else's. We're right around the corner. Come join us. The name is Rotary. Rotary International. You're welcome.
This facility was built literally on the international date line to bring Charter customers tomorrow's technology first. Like Charter Internet, which was just made faster again. With speeds up to 100 megs, you can download a movie in 2 minutes. The #1 internet service provider in the nation. Click.
Fogelman, good luck with the presentation tomorrow.
Already nailed it.
Get Charter Internet Express for only $19.99 a month.
Ladies and gentlemen, to our segment we call Police Pointers, and we're pleased to have with us the star of this segment, our Tullahoma Police Chief, Paul Blackwell, who has just completed a budget cycle. So are you happy, pleased?
You know, the budget is always something that you don't know what's going to come out of it when you go into it. We know what our needs are, and we're very grateful for what we get. You know, we do have that philosophy of you're only going to get so much, so you have to make it work.
Right.
You know, obviously we'd like to have more, but more money would mean it's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
And I'm not necessarily an advocate for telling someone, we need to get some more revenue from somewhere.
Oh, okay. See, that's one of the advantages. If you live here, then he's going to have to pay it too, folks.
That's exactly right. I tell people I live in town, so any tax increases or anything else, I'm affected by it just like everybody else. And,
exactly.
And in fact, my taxes are paying my salary.
Exactly.
So if you want to look at it that way. But earlier, one of the things y'all were talking about, and I appreciate the comments about supporting the firefighters and police officers, is that there's a saying in police work that it's hours of boredom accented by moments of sheer excitement.
Right.
So there are those times that I don't want to say boredom in serving the public, but it's day to day, and I don't like using that term routine because nothing's routine.
Yeah.
But day to day, going and dealing with some of the same things over and over and over again, and then you do have those days where you have the sheer terror and sheer excitement. And that's where the police officers, the firefighters, basically earn their keep.
You never know when that's going to happen.
You don't. What we in law enforcement, you tell people a good day is when you go home to your family, and that should be foremost in your mind, is that I am going to go home to my family. So you always have to be kind of in that amber alert stage. Green is kind of relaxed.
Yeah.
Amber is I'm prepared.
Right.
And then a red stage that's when it's hitting.
Right.
So you pretty much have to operate in that amber stage throughout the shift to be able to go either way. Either tone it down a little bit or ramp it up. So.
I would imagine it's not the easiest thing in the world being police chief, because I know you've got competent people who work with you. But if something bad happens, that probably necessitates you, whatever you're doing, you got to stop that and go.
It's pretty much not just me, but all police officers are pretty well 24/7. Of course, myself and our senior leadership more so. But every officer is subject to 24/7. That we could call you at 2 o'clock in the morning, say, "Get dressed. We need you in," and you have to come in. A good example is this past weekend, 4th of July, holiday weekend. Nobody could take off. We didn't allow it because we needed them for traffic control.
Right.
So then, as you're aware, that morning they canceled the fireworks. So then we're telling officers, you don't have to come in tonight if you run off duty and everything. And of course, then they get a little frustrated that, I could have taken off and done something with my family.
Right.
So that didn't happen. So we impacted them in that fashion. And then they reschedule it for Labor Day weekend, another holiday. So now we're telling officers, you can't take off. Don't, you're going to work.
Right.
And so that's sometimes you feel bad about that.
I can imagine. Yeah.
But it's the nature of the job that those type of things are going to occur. So going back to, I may be 24/7, but the impact on our officers is oftentimes just as severe.
Right.
But budget-wise, we did good. We're operating at the same budget we had last year, which is approximately $2.8 million. Of course, 75 to 80% of that is labor costs.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Because your force is how many people?
We've got 37 officers and 5 civilians.
Right.
But then on top of that, we have 6 reserve officers, and then we have our 9 school crossing guards. So from a pay standpoint, we're responsible for upwards to about 52, 53 people.
Right.
So that leaves about 20% for actual needs of the department. Take into consideration we have 44 vehicles, and we take pride in the fact that we maintain our vehicles, because they've got to be able to go from 30-mile patrol speed to who knows what kind of speed, depending on the situation, and they've got to be able to perform. So we have routine maintenance. Our tires, our wheels, our rubber are not like on your car. If you get a nail in it, you can go get it plugged. we have to replace the entire tire.
Oh, really?
Because
For
it's
safety purposes?
for safety purposes. So
Right.
we have to be cognizant of those things and constantly on top of it. So, we've got our employee expense, we've got our vehicle expense. Our patrolmen, our uniform guys, in 2012 drove 340,000 miles. That's a lot of miles.
It is.
That's a lot of maintenance.
Right.
Then you take in all of our special events, like we talked about, 4th of July, the fireworks, 41A Music Festival, takes a lot of manpower, Christmas parade, everybody is on hand for that. Football games, basketball games, then we get into the spring sports, activities there. So we've got to plan for all that overtime as well. And training, we've got to train our officers, and there's an expense there.
Yeah, because you guys probably just don't strap on those guns and walk around here without having some training done.
The state requires 40 hours a year of in-service, and we usually try to double that. We usually try to get 80 hours. We have to go to the firearms twice a year, and bullets are getting expensive.
Right.
They're getting hard to get. So we have to plan for all of that. And our planning for this year started months and months ago. So last week was the end of one budget year. We get about 5 minutes to sit there and take a deep breath.
Right.
We made it. We're under budget. We have some excess, and we hope that excess can be applied to buying new cars, because we have to replace our vehicles.
How often do you replace those vehicles?
We try to get 7 years out of a car.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, but we assign a car to each officer. So they only put about 10 to 12,000 miles a year on that car. So we can get 7, 8 if we have to stretch it.
Right.
Whereas before, if you hot seated it, hot seating means, okay, you used it from 6 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. The 2 in the afternoon guy comes in, he gets in that car,
right,
and he drives it till 10 o'clock at night. Then 10 o'clock at night, someone else comes in, that's hot seating it. And so those cars would wear out in 3 years.
Yeah.
So we get about 7 or 8 years out of a car, and we try to get 2 to 3 cars every year to keep that rotation going. Yeah. Now, like me, my car is 8 years old, and I'll drive it until basically the wheels fall off, because our patrolmen, our uniform guys, need the newer cars, need the ones that are more, I don't say more safe, but that are in good operational, a good state.
Right.
And then some of ours, there's a couple other captains have older cars, and we kind of make sure that the ones that really need the new cars get the new cars. So it's quite an operation, and like you say, I have to rely on 3 or 4 commanders to oversee their divisions, and they're doing an excellent job of it. Captain Jackson's over support, which is our computers, our reserves, several things. Lieutenant Higginbotham's over the uniform division, and Lieutenant Farrell is over the detectives.
Oh, okay.
So all of them have responsibilities and budgets, and then we have Rosie, who is our administrative assistant, Rosie Barnes, and between the 4 or 5 of us, we have to manage all of that, and then we have our sergeants, and the sergeants have a leadership role. So it's quite an operation to manage. And like I say, last week was our 5 minutes to take a deep breath, and then just get back in the saddle and let's get going again.
And I bet you are. That would really be problematic for you if you had a major cut in your budget, wouldn't it?
It would be, because obviously we can't cut manpower, because really, if anything, we need to increase manpower.
Right.
And there's not a lot of other places that you can start cutting. If we were to cut something, it would have another residual effect somewhere.
Right.
So, we're very thankful for what we have, and I think, I'm always available to explain our budget to the citizens. And I think if most of them, had a question, we could talk about it and explain it to them, and they'd walk away feeling that probably what we have is I don't want to say sufficient, is needed.
Okay. All right. Well, it's I'm happy for you. I mean, I want to feel safe as well here.
This is a safe neighborhood. We're very fortunate to to live in the community that we live in.
All right. Paul, thank you so much for coming
Thank you.
by today. We always
Thanks for having
appreciate
me.
it.
All right.
We'll be right back in a moment, folks, right after these messages.
It's time to celebrate. You don't have to drive to the city for your party supplies anymore. The Celebrate Party Store has opened at 1802 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma to service all your party needs. Over 300 varieties of balloons, party favors, gift wrap, boxes, bags, bows, plates, napkins, tablecloths, and cups of all colors. Catering supplies from utensils to serving dishes, Wilton cake decorating supplies, and chocolate melts. Wedding, baby shower, bachelorette party, and themed birthday party supplies from any sport to Hollywood. From a luau to Hello Kitty, Celebrate has it all. Hats, masks, patriotic decorations, piñatas, confetti cannons, and full-size celebrity cutouts, and a whole wall of greeting cards at 50% off. Celebrate is home-owned and operated by John and Karen Orr, who invite you to come in and see what they have. You won't believe your eyes because they have it all. Start your celebration at Celebrate, 1802 Suite 820, North Jackson Street, Tullahoma, 931-455-5550.
Charter Internet has the bandwidth to support more devices than anyone else in the market. So everyone can do their own thing, whether it's watching puppy videos or creating an all-powerful command center to mastermind the complete domination of the world, the universe, and... ooh, ice cream!
Get 30 megabits per second for only $30 and let it all in.
And we're back here. It's Just Plain Living. It's Marilyn Ewing. Always a pleasure to be here. And, of course, always great things going on right here in Coffee County, Tullahoma. In fact, just across the street here on Wilson Avenue this weekend. If you're idle, a great benefit is just around the corner. Let me introduce my very special guest today. Very nice to have these young ladies. And to my extreme left, it is Jackie Lindley. And right here is Hannah Stovall. So welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for taking the time and letting us know what's going on this weekend. Very big benefit just across the street. Let's talk about it.
It's going to be big.
Big bash.
Bigger than we were planning.
Yes,
so.
yes. And this is all actually to benefit the family of Brian Deering,
right?
Who, as most know, had a drowning accident there a few weeks ago.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is to help Natalie and the kids, Brian's wife and kids. So I think it's very nice that you girls put all of this together, first of all, so you are to be commended for doing this.
Well, we couldn't have done it without everybody else that's participating, donating their own time, and, you know, products and everything that we'll be using. So everything that's going on that day has been donated, which is really awesome for this community.
Let's start the day off at 12 noon. I think that's the auction. Century 21 maybe is affiliated and a part of that. So the auction will consist of what exactly?
We've got everything.
We have everything from a grill donated by Sears of Shelbyville.
Wow.
A 3-burner grill, I believe.
Yeah.
Jewelry, gift certificates,
hand tools, power tools,
home decor.
Paintings.
Wow.
Paintings.
Yeah.
Just
lots of gift cards.
So many sponsors have just been donating and just giving their products to us.
And individuals can actually still donate at this time.
Right.
If there are items that you're looking for, anything in particular. Is there something that you're really wanting there at the auction that you maybe just don't have yet?
Flat screen TV.
All right, yeah, that'll
We're
work.
going to get specific.
DVRs, DVDs.
Yeah, good.
A few more big ticket items we would like to have. We've got tons of, smaller items. So
absolutely.
we would like to have a few more things like that.
Absolutely.
Maybe a little bit more lawn and garden equipment.
Yeah. Now, of course, this is a family event, and throughout, I think, the grounds, you'll have entertainment for kids. You'll have things going on there.
Yes.
What's going on?
From 2 to 4, actually, the City of Tullahoma Police Department and the Fire Department's going to be there, showing off their trucks. And Pluggy with the fire hall is going to be there. Coffee County EMS is going to be there with the ambulance, so they're going to be there. And then from 4 to 6. Enchanted Entertainment of Nashville is donating a Cinderella and a fairy, which is Tink. So, and Norris Carden has donated a backdrop, and you can come and get your picture taken. The kids can come and get their picture taken with Cinderella and Tink.
So kids are going to love that.
Yeah, kids are going to love it.
Yeah.
We're all looking for a face painter, so if anybody out there wants to donate time for face painting, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's talk about the food. What type of vendors are we going to be looking at?
This is kind of cool. We've actually had 3 people that do barbecue, and I would say, that they were competitors with each other, but for this event, they have joined up together to bring the barbecue for this.
Yeah.
We've got Spice Boys Barbecue, Route 55 Barbecue, and what was the other one?
Simmons
Barbecue. Simmons Barbecue, and they're all joining
great
together.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah,
isn't that amazing? I mean, competitors join together and
absolutely. Now, how do you handle this as far as raising the money? Is there a gate that you enter and donate, or is there a certain price, or how does this work?
We're going to have an entrance, and of course at that entrance we'll have donation buckets, you know, for people when they're walking in. We'll have people kind of going around just reminding everybody that this is a benefit, and the whole reason, of course, we want to have fun. We want everybody that comes to have fun, but the whole reason we're having this is to raise money for 3 children that desperately need it.
Absolutely.
Because the barbecue will be for, is it $5 for a plate?
Okay.
Plate, and then to take pictures with Cinderella and Tink is a donation, I believe $5, and you get a picture from Norris Carden on site.
Absolutely,
that day.
absolutely.
We've got raffles going on.
All right.
You can pay $1 for 1 entry, $5 for 10 entries, and at the end of the night, the money will be halved, and whoever is drawn will get half the money, and then half the rest of it goes to the kids. So
absolutely.
There's different things going on like that just to raise money.
Well, never a dull moment, because I understand there's going to be a lot of entertainment that's going to start at 2 o'clock.
Yes, we have some amazing bands.
Well, let's talk about those amazing bands. Who are they?
Well, we've got Landfall, and we actually have them on our station quite a bit. J-Rod, who is the lead singer in that band, he works with us, and he was one of Brian's best friends, so I know that this is special to him.
Yeah.
The Rebel Soul Band, featuring Virgil T. Those guys really know how to rock the South.
Okay.
They're pretty cool. They'll make an impression on everybody, and of course everybody knows Soul Session with Tom and everybody, so get you up and moving.
Now, Tom, they play, what is it, oldies? It's a kind of a, what is it?
I don't know if you really consider it oldies. It's dancing music. I mean, he's tied in some newer stuff too with their thing.
It's been a while. Okay.
You definitely don't sit still with Tom Shelton entertaining you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fuse is going to be another band. They play at 7:15, and everybody wants to be there for that, especially any of the family of the Deerings. They're going to have a special dedication performance. Can't tell you what it is. You'll have to come to see it, but it's going to be pretty special.
Absolutely.
And then kick off the night with, in the night with Utopia. Need I say more?
No.
Everybody knows who Utopia is.
JT North Cutting guys. So, yeah.
And then DJ Big Daddy, and most people know him too. He'll be on and off throughout the day, playing in between bands, helping us announce and things like that.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's a perfect location there, all around the Cokers building, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And I know the girls at the Cokers has probably just been wonderful and donating their time, their products and goods and such, because there's something for everyone inside that building. So I'm sure
a lot of them are setting out booths outside too.
We have
absolutely. And we have some
vendors.
miscellaneous vendors like 31 and Gold Canyon and Pink Zebra.
Yes.
And the majority of those vendors are giving whatever is bought that day, they're going to give a percentage of that back to Natalie also.
Wow, absolutely. Well, I think the weather is going to hold out. I don't think
like it.
There is any rain, but it is a rain or shine event. Is that right? Yeah.
If it's raining, bring your umbrella, because it's still going on.
Absolutely.
Bring chairs.
Yes, absolutely. It's always a good thing. And now this will actually get started around noon with that auction, but individuals are maybe setting up and such. What time?
I think there's going to be people there probably as early as 8 o'clock setting up.
Yeah.
I would say, because we have a lot to set up.
Absolutely.
Christopher Equipment and Myers Concert Productions and KK's are all helping with setting up the stage and sound and lights and all that.
And we're having inflatables brought to you by Christopher Equipment Bounce Houses.
Absolutely.
So that's another kid-friendly activity.
Absolutely. It's going to be a marvelous day. Individuals may have other plans, can't get there and such, but can still make a donation.
Yes.
Tell us how to do that.
Regions Bank, and any Regions Bank in Middle Tennessee, or actually I think anywhere in the world, I guess.
Yeah.
You can actually donate to Natalie Deering, the benefit of the Deering family.
Okay.
You can just go and just tell them this for Natalie, and they can donate. Or if you want to drop it off by the duck station at 401 Wilson Avenue at the station, you can drop off at the station.
Absolutely. Is there anything in particular that you're asking for, or anything of that nature from, as we mentioned, the auction items? You're fine with the entertainment. Any other food vendors? Are you in good shape?
I think with food vendors, we are good. If anybody does funnel cakes out there and wants to come hang out that day,
cotton candy,
we'll take
Absolutely.
you.
Cotton candy would be great.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, it seems like it's going to be a great event, rain or shine. It's coming up this Saturday, right here at 401 Wilson Avenue. It's just beside Wendy's of Tullahoma. So I know you probably can't think of all of the sponsors, all of the participants that's made this even possible Saturday.
I can
but
pretty much
you can
say that every business between here, Winchester, and Shelbyville has donated something towards this event.
My goodness.
Everybody has came together and makes me proud to live where I am.
Absolutely,
so.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, we wish you well on Saturday,
Thank you.
and
Thank you
I think things will go quite well. Of course, all of it for the benefit of Natalie and the kids. So, again, I think it's a wonderful thing that you're putting together.
Thank
so
you.
You're to be commended.
And there will be additional parking at Crockett's. I forgot to say that too.
Yes, absolutely.
So.
Which is a very good point, because the parking lot, it's not extremely big, but when you start setting out some of the, as you mentioned, the inflatables and some of the things for the kids and all of the activities, the food vendors and booths, it just kind of fills with that. So good point, parking there at the old Crockett's building.
I mean, they can walk down the sidewalk too.
Absolutely.
So we're not really sure how many people to expect.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be a bunch.
Yeah, it's going to be a bunch. Bunches of people. Thank you, girls, ladies.
You.
It's Jackie Lindley and Hannah Stovall. They've been the guests right here on Living. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget, it's coming up this Saturday. It's Saturday, July 13th, 401 Wilson Avenue, Tullahoma, Tennessee, just beside Wendy's. It's the benefit for Natalie Deering and children. That's another segment. Thank you so much for watching. Back in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the paint. I just knocked the tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. They do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the paint works at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Who needs this modern world? I can live just fine out here without the road rage and boy bands. Of course, I might miss my Charter HD with football on ESPN and Walking Dead on AMC. ESPN and AMC. And, well, Shark Week on Discovery HD. But that's all. AMC, ESPN, Discovery, TBS, and Comedy Central HD. But that's it. Except for HBO HD.
Charter now has over 100 HD channels and more brilliant HD shows on demand than ever.
Welcome back to Living. You ladies are going to be so glad you hung around for this part of the show. I am so honored to have with me today Miss Brenda Kemp from Brand's Shoe Boutique. Open 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
And we're surrounded here by some of the things, and I know you have lots more.
Yes, I do.
But what possessed you to open the shop? I know you're a shoe freak.
I'm a shoe lover, and decided I needed to have something to do. So what better way to enjoy my shoes than to open up a shop?
I love it. I know you came here from Baltimore, Maryland with Dr. Olin Kemp.
Yes.
And he's home planting a garden while you were out advertising these beautiful products.
Yes, he
is. And I am just sold on this. Is there a name for this? Do you want to tell the company, or does that matter?
No, I don't guess it matters as long as it comes from MC Handbags.
It's
and if
beautiful.
you like it,
it's beautiful.
It's
and look,
a really pretty one.
There's a shoe to match.
Yes, there is a shoe match.
The material, is that lizard?
Yes.
Or it's a lizard, real lizard?
Yes.
And the shoe, the same?
Same.
It's beautiful. What a combination.
Thank you.
I was thinking I'd look fine with that. Let's talk about where your shop is located so people will know where to go.
I'm at 1940 North Jackson Street, which is at the Village on Jackson, and it's next door to Ruby Tuesdays.
Right, easy to find. Go to Ruby Tuesdays, go next door, and you're going to find this beautiful shop with all these things. And actually, I did not realize you were doing jewelry.
Yes.
You want to talk about this combination here?
It's, I ordered this out of California, and
that's really pretty.
It's a really pretty piece.
It's heavy.
Yes, and ladies will love it. You guys will have to come and see what I have.
Yeah, oh, there we go.
There you go.
That's gorgeous. Ta-da!
I think it goes with what you have on today.
It's nice. And the purse, is that leather?
Yes.
And the thing I like the most about all these purses, not only are they gorgeous, but you can open them up, and there's a zipper here and a pocket there, and there's a place for everything.
Yes.
I think it wouldn't hurt to open one up and just, this purse looks particularly practical to me.
Yes, it is.
That you could put your
you have pockets.
nightgown and
yes, and more pockets.
That's great, and they're beautifully lined.
Yes,
and
there's
a zippered place to hold your money.
And you can even have a pocket in the back to put your cell phone if you want to just keep it handy close to you.
That's great. I love that. When people are coming into your shop, do they generally go for shoes and a purse that matches and adding some jewelry? That would almost work with what you have on.
Yeah, they do. They mostly look at the shoes and the purses because that's what they like the best.
When you're ordering jewelry, do you have a favorite place to order from?
Believe it or not, I have a place that's called Wine Onion.
Wine Onion.
Out of California. And all of my pieces are one of a kind, so I don't order
I see. So
of the same thing, so you may not see yourself in Tullahoma at
how
all.
nice that would be.
Yes.
So when you put this on, you can be assured you're the only person wearing it.
Yes.
I like that.
I may order at least 2 pieces, and that's it. So it's a unique
All you men
store.
out there, I tell you what, all you need to do when it's time to get a gift, this is a place to go, or go get a gift certificate and send your wife, because she'll want to pick it out, won't she?
That's right. She'll want to pick it out.
I like that little piece over there. Let's hold that up.
The shoe?
Yeah, that looks summery and fun.
Yes, it is.
And do you have sizes to fit everybody?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
What's the largest?
The largest size I have in a store is 11.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That's festive. That looks like we could dance the... Do we have something to show? Is he trying to tell me something?
No, he's trying to...
All right. Let's talk about... I'm crazy about this. My friend Leah Hewlin is going to love this. Look at that. Are they easy to wear?
Yes, they are. They're very easy to wear because you have the platform. It makes you feel like you're standing on flat ground.
That is gorgeous.
And to be honest with you, it makes the heel feel even shorter because you have the the platform for it.
That's something that's just started in the last few years.
Yes.
The platform idea, because I know there's a lot of things that I can wear now that I couldn't wear a while back. And this has this great platform. What a look. And this purse that goes with it, I guess they're not diamonds, but
no,
they kind of have that look, don't they?
Yes. It's a bling purse is what I call it.
It's a bling purse, yeah. I love it.
I wanted all the ladies to know that the items that I carry in my store are probably about the same items that you could get in Murfreesboro when you go up there.
Yeah.
Well, now you don't have to go as far. You can come to my shop and buy.
And we're always talking about here shopping in Tullahoma.
Yes.
It is so important for
Yes.
us to keep as much money as we can right here in Tullahoma.
And you can do that by coming in my shop.
That's right. And bring your neighbors and bring your friends and call your friends in Murfreesboro and tell them to come down here.
That's right.
Because we got it here, haven't we?
That's right, we do.
Brenda, how long have you all lived in Tullahoma?
We've been here since 1995.
And have you found a home here that you love?
I do. I have. I go back to Baltimore ever so often, and I get up there and all the hustle and bustle, I decide it's time to go home.
Time to go home.
That's right.
And it seems to me like you probably could find all this in Baltimore.
I could.
But you got down here, and I know you love shoes, and you were thinking, I would sure like to go find some blingy shoes.
That's right.
And so you just decided to open the shop.
That's right.
In looking at this shoe, I think we ought to talk to the audience about the fact that this is suede.
Yes.
And it's got the same texture, sort of, that's on the front of that purse, which is really classy. And that seems to me to be something you could wear with almost anything.
Anything, yes.
And I noticed that this one's a little shorter heel.
Yes.
So.
And I like to let the ladies know that I'm not going to be carrying all of the platform shoes. I'll be carrying some lower heels too, so that everybody can come in.
Everybody can come in. Are there any shoes in there that are not heels?
Yeah, I have flats.
So you have flat shoes, sandals.
I have sandals. I have Hush Puppies. I have Rocket Dog. I have Jessica Simpson, Nine West, Bandolino. I have them all in my store.
Fantastic. I think we're so fortunate that you have decided to do this.
Well, thank you.
And I'm sorry I missed the opening, but that was our sesquicentennial, and that's where I was. But I heard a lot about the shop, and I know that people are going to be flocking to your store.
Well, I hope so.
And the jewelry, I noticed there, I know we've already talked about it, but I noticed this bracelet. That's a unique piece.
Yes.
And I think it would fit almost anyone because it stretches, to go on. And what are your hours?
My hours are 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, and I took Sunday off as a day of rest.
Good for you. 9 to 6 is good because you get a lot of people that are working that can still make it to the shop on time.
Yes.
And when you open up in the morning, do you find yourself wanting all the purses you're selling and all the shoes? How do you stand it? How do you stand it?
I don't buy the shoes anymore. I've got enough of my own in my own collection to have, so I don't need any more shoes.
Yeah, I think your sister-in-law told me that you had 400 or 500 pair of shoes.
Yes.
We might say you're a shoe hoarder to a degree.
I call myself a shoenista.
A shoenista. I like that. What a great term.
Yes.
And 6 days a week. And today you're open. Are you open right now? Who's running the store?
No,
it's early.
Yeah, it's early.
It's early. Okay.
I close to come, and I'll go back and open.
This piece, which goes so nicely with that, I was thinking how cool that would be with a bathing suit or with going to the Bahamas. And all these zippers and all this. We got to go, Brenda. He's telling me it's time to go. But
all righty.
I hate to see you go because I know you're going to take all this with you. We'll be back with more of Living. Thank you.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
Hi, this is Peter, and I work for the American Red Cross. During events like this, people are always asking how they can help. For just an hour of your time and a little stick in the arm, you too can help save a life. There's always a constant need for blood. Make an appointment with the American Red Cross and donate some blood. Call 1-800-RED-CROSS or go online to redcrossblood.org. Thank you.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo fiend, music fan, video streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
Folks, last weekend we had a remembrance of the sesquicentennial of the Civil War here in Tullahoma, and the Tennessee Fiddle Orchestra was at South Jackson Civic Center and played some period music, very well done by Jim and Inge Woods and the Tennessee Fiddle Orchestra, and we're going to bring you one of those selections right now.
Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Family's favorite show shouldn't have to fight to be seen. With Charter, you get 4 DVRs, so now every family member can watch what they want, when they want, where they want, without any battles. Call now to get DVR service for your home.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us now Ernie Brubaker, who is Ernie is a pretty complex guy, and I know he's with the Bedford County Sheriff's Department.
Yes, sir.
He's also working with the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitors Association in this program that he's bringing to us today. So I'm just going to let Ernie kind of tell us a little bit about it. The program called Just Say Whoa.
Just Say Whoa is through the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders Association, along with law enforcement. It's a drug awareness program that we put together starting February of 2011 and actually hit the street in May of 2012. Actually, I should say February of 2012, and it started in 2012 May. And we brought this program out to take to the youngsters in K through 6 as a drug awareness, utilizing horses, dog, and also chicken. The horse that's a mascot of the program is Ranger T. Walker. He's a full-fledged mounted patrol horse with the Bedford County Sheriff's Office, and we work various activities and shows and so forth. We do go to schools, talk to kids about drug awareness. The thing that we go and talk about, we plant a seed in their mind to make good decisions throughout life, starting while they're young, and then working through their adult, teenage and adult years to make the best decisions, to stay away from drugs, to stay away from alcohol. But we plant the seed at a young age. We give them an activity book, which is a coloring book actually that was developed through TWEBA back in February, March, April of 2012. And the actual artwork was done by Larry Lohman. But we started with a cut and paste and put together this activity books that gives puzzles and pictures for children to actually learn about drug awareness. We also give out the glow-in-the-dark bracelet to the youngsters that when we talk to them, as well as a card that has Ranger T. Walker's picture on it with a little bit of Just Say Whoa information.
Is that Ranger that we're looking at?
That is Ranger T. Walker.
Right.
Ranger was a show horse. We had got him now almost 2 years ago. He was a show horse, and when we first saw him, it just hit home. That's got to be my horse. So he's actually a Tennessee Walking Horse registered. His show name, or his actual registered name, was I'm Regis, and then when we got him, we changed his name to Ranger, and then when this program come out a year ago, we changed it to Ranger T. Walker, and that's his actual registered name now.
Okay. And you were telling me before we came on the air here, Ranger's a really great ambassador for this program that you guys are trying to
He definitely is a great ambassador. Kids, well, not only big and little kids love him. He's really a good horse that can promote different things.
Right. Now, and I know that you guys are using Ranger T. Walker here to promote this Just Say Whoa program, but you guys in the Bedford County Sheriff's Department, you've got several Tennessee walking horses, I think, that you actually use for crowd control.
We do. We have walking and spotted horses that we use for activities, crowd control, parades, different things like that.
Yeah. This program, you mentioned, I think, that Larry Lohman helped you. And you folks that live in Bedford County, I'm sure know who Larry Lohman is.
Yeah,
a big walking horse enthusiast. For a while, was with the...
he was president of TWIBA for a while.
Right.
Yeah, back the early start. Larry's very artistically inclined, and he's done all of our artwork in our activity book here.
Mm-hmm. And you find, I guess, getting to these children at an early age is pretty effective as far as deterring.
It is. A lot of things, and drugs are manufactured in homes, and these kids see this, and they say, well, gee, they can actually tell you how things are made. If we can take this program and meet 1 or 2 or 3 kids and get them to turn their ways and go the straight and narrow, that's the great thing to do. What we're planning on doing in our vision is to have clinics that we can take this program out to the kids, invite inner city kids, all kind of kids to these programs to see those working horses, to learn about what we do, and then talk to them about drug awareness.
But I think it's pretty neat how you bring this walking horse in here, and that gets their attention. And
it does.
And then you kind of sneak in there with the message that you're really trying to get across here.
The message we talk about is short. It's just not long, because the kids want to take and play with a horse. That's kind of what it is. And the Ranger's great. I mean, he'll get right down there and nuzzle and the kids pet him and whatever. And it's really a good tool to actually set the stage of what we're going to talk about.
Exactly. And what age group are you focusing?
K through 6, but we do all ages, really. We definitely do all ages up until high school.
Right. Whose idea was this? It's a great idea, but
being a deputy with Bedford County, I talked to the chief deputy a few years ago about doing something with the DARE program. And he suggested that we take and utilize horses, and that's kind of how this has evolved. We did a cut and paste program down at TWIBA office early in February of 2012, and kind of evolved. And Linda Starnes is very, very involved with this. She was a vice president of the youth activities with TWIBA, so she's very, very involved. And one of the things that if people are interested in this program, we're looking for donations. We're looking for sponsors. This is key to make this happen. It costs money to print these books. It costs money to print to make the glow-in-the-dark bracelets, and everything we give. It costs money, as well as going to and from. We've been to several out-of-state activities. One in Ohio, Equine Affair. This next week we're going to the Briar Fest up in Lexington. So, and Linda's very key. She being in Kentucky, so we're meeting up and going to that. So we do travel. We're looking to take this program nationwide. That's kind of what we're looking to do, and we need support. We need community support, churches, 4-H, youth activities, law enforcement. So that's one of the things we're trying to do.
And people that are you actually selling ads in the book? Is that what you're doing?
No, actually, the people that donated so far are actually on the back of the booklet, and that's kind of how we do. If someone donates a large sum of money, we'll put their name and information inside the book or the back of the book.
Right. Okay. And so if someone is interested in helping out with this great program here, they need to contact who?
They can contact TWIBA at twhbea.com, or my phone number is 931-205-9471. I'd be glad to talk with anyone that's interested in the program.
Okay. Now, you contact these kids, or you come in contact with these kids at school? Is that how you do it?
We go to schools, we go to 4-H, we go to different organizations or anywhere where there's kids that are interested in talking and doing this program.
Okay, and I know that you're pretty excited about this, so I think you probably are confident that this is already having an impact.
It has. It definitely has. In Bedford County, we've had an impact. Up in Kentucky, we've had an impact. Again, we're taking this nationwide. So, if anyone has law enforcement that's interested in promoting this, I can certainly be available to talk with.
And, you know, and that's a pretty interesting concept because as a deputy sheriff or being involved in law enforcement, it's a lot better if you can get these kids before you're actually having to arrest them later in life.
That's very true. Very, very true.
And, you know, that really should motivate people across the country that are particularly law enforcement people to jump in there and help with that.
Yes.
Thing,
we've had some activity. In fact, we also have a new program now. It's called a service horse with TWIBA. It's utilizing mounted patrol horses, search and rescue, that people can join and track their time and so on. So they're going to be involved with this program as well. The service horse program and the Just Say Whoa program through TWIBA are working hand in hand to promote both activities and both programs.
Yeah, and I have to say, I think it's pretty neat that you, and being from Bedford County, that you involved the Tennessee Walking Horse into this program right here, because that's certainly a huge part of the economy. In Bedford County.
And you know, this is a positive spin on the walking horse too. There's been so much negative, publicity in the last year, 2 years, whatever. But utilizing a walking horse in this program is definitely a positive spin for this.
Yeah, I think so too as well. And it's long been known that horses in general are therapeutic for people who have certain sorts of disability and that sort of thing. Children who have disabilities.
That's true. In fact, we're involved with the Great Strides Therapeutic Riding, and that's very, very key also in the horse industry, and they use walking horses as well.
Exactly. But by recognizing that the problem that there exists and doing what you guys are doing, it's absolutely just a great program.
It is. And again, sponsorship is key to keeping this alive.
And we've got a number on the screen there that Ernie just gave you there. So if you feel like that you can help with that, folks, please call Ernie at that number right there. He can tell you more about the program. And again, it's a tremendous program, and you guys have just absolutely done a wonderful job in the short time that you've had this thing going here. You've made a tremendous amount of progress.
And we appreciate your help with this program as well as What a Horse.
Yeah, well, we're glad to do that. Yeah, absolutely. That's dear to our hearts. Well, Ernie, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the time.
And I'll try not to get arrested if I'm coming through your county.
Okay, great. Thank you much.
Ernie, it's a great program, really. So give Ernie a call there and see if you can help him out a little bit with that. We'll be right back in just a moment with more living right after these messages.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
The The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo Fiend, Music Fan, Video Streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
All right, folks, we're back, and I'm excited today to have one of my friends with me. And this gentleman, and I call him gentleman because that's what he is probably my favorite artist. He lives right here in Tullahoma. His name is Jim House. A lot of y'all know him. Some of you folks don't know him. But we're going to give you an opportunity to meet him today. And Jim, welcome, buddy.
Thank you, John.
Glad to see you.
Good to see you.
We're having an art opening at the Art Center this weekend. That's the 13th, and that'll be Saturday from 6 to 8. And Jim will be one of the featured artists this month, along with, I think, Meg Garrett. And we just wanted to get Jim on stage and show you some of the stuff that Jim does. And we'll just sort of maybe pan around a little bit and let Philip show some of these pictures. A lot of your stuff has a cowboy theme.
Yeah.
What caused you to sort of go that way in your painting, Western?
Well, I guess in the early '90s, my brother encouraged me to take a workshop from the Cowboy Artist of America. And
where was that?
Kerrville, Texas.
Kerrville, Texas.
I also had a couple in Montana, and I applied and was accepted, and all these.
Not just anybody show up. You have to have to have a little talent for them to get there.
Either that, there was a clerical error. I got in, but all these guys.
Who is that right there?
That's an illustration I did for Inherit the Wind for a play at TPAC in Nashville.
And that's Elmer Gantry.
Well,
sort of type of a character.
Guy.
Yeah. But look down at the bottom. You've got a monkey down at the bottom, and at the top there's an angel. You know, it always amazes me when I look at what you do that you just can't look at the feature part of the painting and think that's all there is. You know, your paintings, most of them have a depth in them that always intrigues me. To look for the little hidden pieces that are in a lot of the things that you do.
Yeah, that's. I've always been. A lot of illustration is telling a story, so I try to get little side things going.
Yeah.
In there. And
well, it's just like Peggy mentioned earlier. Here's one of my favorite pieces right here, which is these old boys are coming in after a long day out on the range, either herding cattle or running from Indians or something.
Well, these guys are ready to go home, and this guy's still talking. And
he's still giving them orders.
Yeah, these things are kind of metaphors for always waiting on someone, but I don't know. It's I took these Western classes, and all these guys were just working cowboys with extraordinary talent. Just normal guys, and I've always, I don't know, it's just compelling, the Western stuff. And
well, but Jim also does, just like Peggy talked about earlier, and I've got a print, the churches and houses and the roof lines you did back years ago, even with the viaduct on it, and Tullahoma. That's at
your
Tullahoma.
lead in there.
Huh?
Yeah. Your lead in to the show there.
Yeah. I took that thing and cut it apart
That's what a lot of people do with my stuff.
Well, no, to make it to where I could get it there, I took that and cut it and moved some of the pieces to where I could make it all work.
Right.
Because your piece was a great, lot bigger, beautiful piece. And yeah, there's a great cowboy right there.
These are all guys from a ranch that we go to in Wyoming, and
now, do they also paint as well?
No, these guys on the ranch don't.
They're just ranchers.
Yeah, there's some friends of ours that were from Tennessee, and they own a ranch, and it's right on the Oregon Trail. And I was just watching something about Tom Horn, and he was all in there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's
that is, I went out west 3 years ago. It's the first time I'd ever been out there and looked at the colors, and I was amazed at how each state almost has a color palette that goes with that state. And I mean, it's not as quick as crossing the border it shows up, but as you go into Wyoming, or as you go into Oregon, or as you leave South Dakota, the colors all just seem to blend. Then you go to the next state, and then the reds and the chalks and the oranges come in, and it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. You're, I lived here in the South with all the vegetation, but when I moved out west and lived out there, I didn't appreciate it as much because there's not much vegetation.
No.
So
mosses.
Yeah, you come to appreciate little things. Right.
Vegetation.
After a long winter, when a plant comes up, wow, look.
There's something green.
We may survive.
But Jim, not only does Jim do this type of painting, throughout his career here in Tullahoma, we were talking earlier, there's no telling how many sets that you've painted for the community playhouse, for South Jackson, for the high school, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And where you do towns on the back walls and stuff like that. And I was just asking Jim if he had pictures of some of that stuff, because when it comes time to publish the Book of House, it would be nice to have a section of canvases and things that you did. If you haven't been to Nicola's Restaurant, located on Jackson Street, other than the food, to go in there and try the food, go in there and look. Jim did a mural all around that wall in there, the upper half of it, of I guess that's the
Greek mythology,
the buildings, the gods, chariots and horses,
Socrates.
Play-Doh, all of them. It's just unbelievable what's on the walls in there that this guy right here created. And you're going to have an opportunity on Saturday night at the Tullahoma Fine Arts Center on Jackson Street here in Tullahoma from 6 to 8 to come to an art opening, and Jim will be there. There will be beverages and snacks there. There will be music. Rooster and the Red Maiden are going to be performing there that night. And then your show will hang for a month.
That's my understanding.
At the Art Center. And so, folks, if you hadn't been to the Art Center, this is free. You don't have to pay to go. There'll be a tip jar up there. If you want to leave a donation, you'll have an opportunity. But there'll be drinks and snacks and good art, and Jim will be up there to discuss with you your next portrait picture. How many of those have you done?
Oh, Lord.
By the hundreds?
Maybe. I do a lot just when people aren't looking.
Yeah.
That's where I like to
draw people. Catch them kind of turn.
I like to draw people more than in the portrait setting. Because, but, yeah.
Picking their nose.
Yeah.
One with the finger in your nose. Folks, we appreciate Jim. Go to the Art Center this Saturday evening for the opening. We'll be right back after these messages.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop Sack Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and the end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, spring promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors, and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weekly, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
If you like HDTV, you're going to like what Charter's been up to. Adding so much free HD that Charter TV is a whole new experience. National Geographic HD, Animal Planet HD, Discovery HD, Sports in HD, movies, news, kids programming. Plus, Charter now has thousands of free movies and shows in HD on demand anytime. You want to see more TV in HD? Try Charter. It's smarter.
All right, we're back, and Jimmy and Peggy just couldn't stand it. They wanted to get right up here in the middle of all of this.
We did.
They're beautiful.
You know,
Saturday night, right?
Saturday night, and
yeah.
then Jim, you realize that the ice cream social is Thursday night.
And we hope.
And the band, Peggy's band, will be down there, and they'll be eating ice cream, and Annie. Roan is going to be over there from the Art Center, and they're going to be doing loop and scoop, whatever that is.
Wow. They make little art things, and then they get to eat ice cream. Yeah.
So
Annie's done a great job.
Joanna will probably won't be part of that.
Well, if there's anything to do with ice cream,
he's in. Jim's in.
Joanna will be in.
Yeah, she's in.
Well, you've done beautiful work. I feel so impressed that we're sitting here with
I
just a
do
few
too.
pieces.
I just wonder, how many do you always have? You've always got work in progress, I guess, don't you?
Several.
Yeah. So you don't just sit down and I'm going to paint this one. You've got several things going at the same time usually.
Yeah, it made me finish up some of these because I'll get to a point and I can't.
Jim's not a closer.
Yeah, I'm not a closer.
You like to get started?
I love starting.
I commissioned Jim to do a big piece of art for a Perkins restaurant we were building in Nashville, and to go into the lobby, and it was a sidewalk scape, you know, and this thing is this tall and it's wide from me to Jim, and we're getting down ready for opening, and I'm calling Jim and I said, "Where's my painting? Where's my painting?" I'm not done yet. And finally I said, "I got to have it." So he drives up there to Nashville to Perkins restaurant there on across from Vanderbilt, and he pulls up in the parking lot. Hillsborough Village, pulls up in the parking lot, and he opens up the trunk of his vehicle, and he pulls, I'm in there watching him, pulls that thing out, and he looks at it and shakes his head and pushes it back in, shuts the thing, and he's wanting to drive off because he wasn't pleased with it. And I caught him at the exit of the parking lot, and I said, "No, back up." He backed up and I opened it up, and it was magnificent.
I'm sure it was.
But it wasn't good enough. Jim didn't think he was through, and I said, "You're through.
It's a curse.
You're through. It's time to be through. Nobody else will know anything's wrong with this other than you." And it was marvelous. It was just marvelous.
I'm excited to see the exhibit. How many pieces are you showing?
Well, I framed up 80, but I don't know if they'll have that many hanging, so I got.
And you've got 80 just around, huh?
Yeah. More than that.
Well, folks, you need to realize that out there that this guy has got this kind of work available for us here in this area. 80 pieces of it, and
we're in Tullahoma,
and Lord knows what else.
It's wonderful.
And he goes out west and sells it out there and does a good job. Where'd you say, in Wyoming?
Sheridan, Wyoming, and Cody, Wyoming.
So we're just glad to have Jim with us. He's one of our own. You know, he's one of these Tullahoma guys that is phenomenally talented and doing well, and we just want to help him get bigger and better. So come to the art show Saturday night, Tullahoma Fine Arts Center. Parties from 6 until 8. Jim will be there, along with Meg Garrett. So that's it.
Thank you.
We're done.
We're done.
We're done. See you next time, folks.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.